What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the hybrid mod action. Spawning in the bottom of the map, playing as Zeus. He's from the UCA clan. His name is matreiuss, also from the UCA clan, in the yellow color, playing as Ra. His name is HerroOP. And finally, the UCA clan presents I Kill, You Die in the Ra color, playing as green. See what I did there? That didn't make sense, but I'm going to leave it in there. Their opponents today, I don't know what clan they're in because they don't have a clan tag, but they do represent two separate clans, I believe. We have in the blue color playing as Ra. His name is ThreeEyedOdin. I believe this is Shadowfax. I could be wrong about that. So I'm just going to refer to him as ThreeEyedOdin at the moment. In the middle of the map, playing as Isis in the purple color, playing his name is Shenanigans. Yes, that's right. In the red color, playing as Ra, his name is GrandMonster. The map is Mediterranean, and this is part of the RTSLeague, the Real-Time Strategy League. Yes, hosted by Blackadder and sponsored by AOL Destroyer. I love Mediterranean on this mod. I just love Mediterranean in general. I think it's one of the best maps because you have just like this big bountiful amount of resources which you have to fight over. Generally, you don't fight over resources. It's one of these things that's a bit funny in the game. Like, you try and cut your opponent off a resource, but you're not necessarily fighting for it yourself. Whereas on Mediterranean, especially in team games, there's sometimes just like this constant fight that happens for like 15 minutes or something on the water, and you just like trying to gather as much food from it as possible so that you can transition into land-based economy. Yeah. Anyways, we have the Nilla, the hybrid mod here, which basically it's Nilla with Atlantean and auto queue. So no shooting docks, no classical town centers, which means very different strategies indeed. There's general consensus that going up fast in 1v1s is the way to play Mediterranean. So you advance 4 minutes to 4 minutes 30, and you should be able to win water if you are playing at a high level of micro. But that is not necessarily the case. Even in 1v1, I believe you can go up slow and you just play differently. And you can defend and then push back with their superior economy. But on water, because there's such a long travel distance, advancing later with lots of fishing ships is actually better. It's generally considered better because you can just basically have the stronger economy, get to the heroic age at a faster time, and then put the real pressure on. So we'll see what everyone's trying to do here. We do see that matreiuss has already got 6 villages on wood, which does signify a 4:30 or a 4:45 advance time there. And if we jump over to our Ra player Hero, he's got 4 villages on wood as well. Only the 1 villager on gold, which is a little bit odd. Generally, you want to see 4 villages on... Yeah, generally you see 4 villages on wood, on gold, sorry. Because that allows you to produce the 4 or 5 docks when you advance to the second age. So you normally go 3 or 4 villages on gold. And we also see something pretty similar here from I Kill, You Die. He's going 5 villages wood, which is a little bit more boomy. You'll advance a little bit later and is probably going to chuck 1 less villager on gold. So sometimes you go 4 villages wood, 4 villages gold, which is a very dock spam, or you can go 5 villages wood, 3 villages gold, and you only get 3 docks, but you have more fishing ships. Or you do this one where you go 5 villages wood, 5 villages gold, maybe. What's he doing with the next villager? Still going to gold. Yeah, 5 villages wood, 5 villages gold, and you spam like 5 or 6 docks. And you advance super late though, like 5:30, 5:45, 6 minutes. I don't know. Depends on how much food you can get, I guess. We do see that Three-Eyed-Odin is basically, looks like he's going for the 5 villages wood, 3 villages gold build, which is super strong. You get a bunch. Ooh, why isn't he building fishing ships anymore? He's cut fishing ships super early. Maybe he's thought they're still on auto queue and hasn't noticed it. That's not good. Generally, you want to have more fishing ships pumping at this point. It looks like he's still producing them a little bit, yeah. And you can tell these guys are Nilla players because no auto queue is just yet. So he's going to be advancing super... Actually, it's not even that fast. Like 5 minutes into the game, still no... 4 minutes into the game, still temple not up. So not that fast, but we'll see. And we've got Shenanigans over here. How's he going? He's getting up his extra temples. I mean, docks. He's got his temple up. He's got 4 villages on wood and 5 villages on gold. So he's doing the boomy dock strat. 5 docks, 6 docks. Lots of fun times there. And he's putting those food into his granary there, and he's going to be advancing through Anubis. There you go. So no Bast. A little bit slow on these villager transfers here, but that's going to be totally fine. Splitting up the wood villages as well and moving his pharaoh over onto wood generally is a good idea. This wood is not good though. I would have left just 4 villages here, sent these 5 villages over to the big wood here, because this wood forest is going to expire super early. But he's got his docks up, and if we jump over to GrandMonster's perspective, GrandMonster's going through Ptah, and we're seeing matreiuss hitting Athena here kind of early. We talked about 4:45, 5 minutes with his build. Got the 2 docks up already. He's going to be spamming those triremes. Is he going to get Persine? Yes, he grabs Persine straight away. I like that. Producing the trireme as well. This is going to allow him to hit the heroic age super early if he can hang on to his fish, as opposed to players that advance later, grabbing that Persine. Generally, they can't afford it because they need to produce all of the units in triremes. And we do see that GrandMonster has hit the classical age through Ptah. He's going to be auto queuing those cabinets out straight away. He's only got 3 docks, and for an advance time that late, generally you want to be advancing a little bit faster. The trireme going to be trying to pick off some of these fishing ships straight away, but that's going to be a little bit too much. We do see Shenanigans and ThreeEyedOdin have advanced already. We're seeing some cabinets coming out from both of these players already. ThreeEyedOdin, oh, he's going Nilla strats. Nilla strats not using auto queue. I love it. I feel like you're allowed to use auto queue in these games, but excuse me. I think ThreeEyedOdin just wants to style a little bit on his opponents here. No auto queue is necessary. If you're good at the game, it doesn't really slow you down at all. So we'll see if these guys can deal with this at all. We do see I kill you die. Super late advance time. Maybe able to stop this dock. Nope, dock does go up. Going to be trying to focus down that villager, but not going to be able to pick him. Ooh, maybe no, misses that last fire there. So Laborer going to survive. Pharaoh going to survive, and all of this damage is going to be painfully distributed into I Kill You Die. And we do see that GrandMonster and Shenanigans pushing back matreiuss and HerroOP. He's going to be trying to move back in, trying to pick off everything he possibly can. They do have access to snakes, so they want to push him back onto his dock and then use snakes on the dock there and see what they can do. But matreiuss does have access to restoration as well. We do see Plague of Serpents does get cast there. Not sure I like that one because they can just retreat, and it controls this area of water, which is 3 fishing ships. So in that regard, it's okay. But essentially, it means that he's not going to be able to put the pressure on. It does give them a pretty nice place to retreat back to, though, so they can keep moving back and forth and forcing their opponents to have to be controlling their ships better. But we'll see if they can manage to deal with this. And ThreeEyedOdin is completely running over I Kill You Die right now. Just superior micro at this point, superior boat production. But we are seeing the boats getting produced into the docks for I Kill You Die, so he should be able to do something there. And we are seeing some of these cabinets moving around the back. Going to start trying to pick up some of the economy, and we're seeing humongous ship fight right now. Going to be trying to move in. These Plague of Serpents, Sea Snakes are going to do a bunch of damage right there. They're essentially worth 1 trireme per snake. So if they're all attacking, that's huge. We are seeing Restoration gets cast here. Restoration's not as good on water as it is on land. As you can see, these ships don't fully get recovered. You have to actually stop command your ships. There's a little bit of a bug. You stop command of the ships and they restore instantly, right? But if you don't stop command them, then they don't restore basically at all. They do a really slow restore rate. Kind of not sure if it's because triremes are considered a building or something like that. Like how if you're moving a unit while it's being healed by a pharaoh or something, it doesn't get healed very fast. But that's kind of how it works there with the ship. So you just have to stop command it for like half a second and they re-heal basically instantly. But that did not happen there, and they do push through the snakes. So this is going to come down to this fight here, and essentially if ThreeEyedOdin can continue to maintain his pressure on this side of the map while these guys hold even, he should be able to move over and win this water. But it looks like I Kill You Die has managed to recover right now, and they're just going to be able to play back and forth for a while here and try and micro as best as they possibly can in this location. We'll see how they go though. we are seeing this fight is constantly getting pushed back in favor of UCA, but at this point, the concaves of the shooting from Shenanigans and GrandMonster is fairly decent, so they should be able to hold here if they can continue to micro well. We are seeing some very nice micro from HerroOP right there, pulling back some of these ships from that Shenanigans is focusing down, but that's going to be totally fine right now, and I feel like this is slightly in favor of UCA, but the boats are just going to keep on coming in. We are seeing a nice fight here from I Kill You Die, but nice micro there from ThreeEyedOdin doing some absolute work here. He's got about, I don't know, has he got more ships? The ThreeEyedOdin, boom. It looks like he's got, he's got so many ships. He's got 20 ships to maybe 12 of I Kill You Die. So he's going to we're seeing the HerroOP making that movement over onto I Kill You Die to help him out here, which is good. But I feel like people should be thinking about going to that next age right now. GrandMonster, no. I Kill You Die, no. matreiuss, yes, he's looking to go there. He's got that armory coming up. And that's going to spell Skylar. And Skylar is super difficult. We are seeing all of the boats moving in, going to try and cut off ThreeEyedOdin. But ThreeEyedOdin may be able to just move down and around, even if these boats do cut him off. But it looks like he's making the decision to run out the side here. And he should get away without losing too many boats here. He's going to take a little bit of damage, but it shouldn't be anything too serious there. We jump over to ThreeEyedOdin's perspective. He's still not as close to the heroic age as I would have liked to see. I think he's got maybe too many villages on gold. Could have put some villages onto food there and would have been totally fine. But we are seeing that the boats for GrandMonster moving in right now are going to be trying to cut off HerroOP, and Shenanigans moving in as well. But these guys need to be a little bit more coordinated in this attack. It looks like they're all moving at separate times here. We're seeing ThreeEyedOdin do a bunch of damage to I Kill You Die, still keeping him absolutely down in this fight. But we're seeing GrandMonster move in, trying to pick off what matreiuss has got here, and HerroOP's probably got more boats than Shenanigans, so they need to fight more coordinated right now. Just like move in, start picking off what these guys have got. We are seeing that matreiuss is trying to move in and try and do some economic damage onto what Shenanigans has got, but matreiuss should be going through Dionysus right now, which he is. He's got 3 villages on favor, so that's going to be huge right there. Going to be able to get those Scala coming out as well as siege ships. But at this point, there's so many of these cabinets, and cabinets, if they can get to the heroic age and get that upgrade, which makes them kind of like a medium cabinet, it's like the single tier of upgrade for cabinets, they actually can deal with Scala fairly well. So we'll see if that's a response for any of these guys. We still see no heroic age from any of the Nilla players right now. We're seeing an armory coming up now for Shenanigans, and we're seeing bronze get cast. This is huge. If you look at the big difference here, 43 pierce armor to 20% pierce armor. This is not something you generally want to fight, but there's so many units here for the Nilla players that they're going to be able to do so much damage, even though there's bronze getting cast here. Bronze also missed a bunch of green's units as well. This is going heavily in the favor of the Nilla players. UCA is under a lot of pressure right now. So many units getting produced here. There's no pierce armor upgrades yet for any of the Nilla players either, so they probably could have chucked up that armory a little bit earlier and seen what they could do there. All of these units are going to be falling. We are seeing Scala now coming in right now. 20 attack, 800 health. That's huge. And you just need to kill them off. You need to kill them off so they can't get those extra heads. And you just want to micro back the ones that are being attacked. So if one of your boats is getting attacked, you just need to micro it away. Really, really heavy micro there, but we are seeing nice play there from the Nilla players, dealing with that bronze perfectly. So many ships out at the moment. So this is going to come down to, are these players able to transition into something and take control of the land? So we'll see if that does manage to happen. We're seeing more and more of these Scala coming out at this point. ThreeEyedOdin still not in the heroic age. GrandMonster getting real close to the heroic age right now, and Shenanigans also super close. He's got enough villagers on food. He should just be able to bell and then click net these, especially with that ISIS bonus of less food and gold for the heroic age. And we should see net these coming through. No, don't build that village. You need to advance. Maybe he doesn't have his armory up yet. No, he doesn't have his armory up yet. Okay, so armory up now. He's going to be able to advance. And how's the other players doing? If we jump over to UCA, Hero not close, and I Kill You Die also not close. So this is actually kind of brutal, and I feel like these Nilla players have got a very good chance of taking this game if they can keep putting the pressure on. We are seeing Hero moving around, trying to find some of these fishing ships to pick off. GrandMonster's playing very well for a player that I haven't seen playing very much recently, but we are seeing this Scala doing absolute worked the boats here, not microing very well at all. These Scarlet get stronger and stronger. They do die. If they die, they don't do any damage, so I guess it's fine that way. But if they can pick up an extra head or two, they start dealing like 60 damage a shot, and it's like that's painful right there. But there's so many boats here. matreiuss is under a lot of pressure. Town center is up for matreiuss though, so he can start booming super hard off this. If he grabs this town center as well, GrandMonster is a long way away from grabbing his own town center and starting to produce on the land attack. So he's going to be totally fine. And I feel like GrandMonster should be able to go toe-to-toe with matreiuss in this situation right now, especially if he can hit the heroic age. He's going through Hathor, Shenanigans is going through Nephthys, and ThreeEyedOdin is going through Hathor as well. So we are seeing quite a bit of that heroic age action coming up. Town centers should be thrown down instantly from everyone there. We are seeing some of these boats moving in. It shouldn't be too much of a hassle. And we have a couple of heroes out already trying to stop this town center from going up. So GrandMonster has the option basically of going straight to the Mythic Age right now. He is driving this town center, which he's not going to be able to do against these two heroes. And we are seeing archery ranges going up at this point. A lot of the food that matreiuss has got right now is going to be spent on villages because he's gone 3 town centers. So going into archery ranges is very, very smart. But it does mean you can chuck a Migdal Stronghold up and just go for Chariot Archers, which do beat Toxoto. So we'll see if that's the answer there. But I guess Peltas can be used as well. We are seeing still more running around at this point. There's so many boats for the Nilla team right now, but that's going to have to change super fast. We are seeing Migdal Stronghold going up for ThreeEyedOdin. No second town center just yet. We're seeing markets going up in the corner. He's got so much wood in the back. He can sell some of that if he chooses. How is his armory, his economic upgrades going? He does have Shaft Mine up, so that's going to be quite good. And he's going to move over here onto this settlement, grab this settlement, and start producing some of those units. He's going for those Chariot Archers and War Elephant. I like seeing War Elephant, but potentially at this point, you need to be getting your units up as fast as possible. So maybe cavalry might be the better choice just to get the spam happening. GrandMonster needs to think about maybe getting his villagers over to this side of the map and grabbing this so that Jason can't hit them unless he gets hit by the Chemnids. The Odysseus may be able to do some of that damage, but that's going to be totally fine. We're seeing Fortress go up in the front of GrandMonster. So this is actually going to be quite difficult for GrandMonster to deal with. He does have the Siege Workshop, and he has grabbed... Oh no. Oh, he has grabbed the back town center here. Shenanigans grabbed the wrong town center, funny. But that's totally fine there. Shenanigans is going to be trying to push into matreiuss, so it's going to be a 2v1 on this side of the map, which I'm sure ThreeEyedOdin is actually happy about because he's super far ahead and he can probably survive, and he's got the micro that he can really punish some poor play from his opponents. So if he can stay ahead and keep on plugging his way into this game, he's going to be able to hit that that Mythic Age super fast and then start pumping Catapult out. So this is going to come down to, he does pick off the Pharaoh there. So GrandMonster is going to move in right now. Does need to think about making a push super fast. If we jump over to GrandMonster's perspective, he does have the population now. He's not producing any units from this location here. We do see that Locust is cast. Oh, that was not as good as you wanted to see there. Only picking off one villager. Locust is huge. You can actually use your shifting sands to shift the Locust onto another location if you see it, which is actually kind of funny. It's kind of like a defensive tactic against Locust in Ra Wars. If you go through Ptah, you can cast shifting sands on the Locust if you're fast enough between Locust Rain. It's kind of why if you Locust farms, you generally want to be saving your rain so you can Locust Rain, otherwise it gets shifted away, which is kind of funny. We do see market is up there for GrandMonster, so these guys are going into boom mode, but big problem right now is going to be, can GrandMonster get this town center? If you can get this town center, I feel like this is going to be super hard for matreiuss to defend against, especially against what Shenanigans has got, but that's totally fine. There's enough stuff over here, so Shenanigans may even be thinking about going to his own Mythic Age, which he can do. He does have access to Ancestors as well, and there is no ceasefire on the map, so we can see a push in here. Ancestors get cast and then move in, but matreiuss has hit the Mythic Age there through Hephaestus. He's got he doesn't have the favor just yet for his cheap armory upgrades. I don't think he's got that one up just yet, and we are seeing a nice move in here with the Siege siege towers. If we jump over to Three-Eyed Odin's perspective, he is going through Horus, which I do like. And see that nice marker I'm talking about? He's moving like chariot archers like you move them in the water battle, because he's just that quick. But he does need to move back here, get some more units out. We do see our shifting sands get cast onto some of GrandMonster's units, which is a bit funny there, but that's not going to do anything. We do see Bellerophon is out right now, and Horus has come through. So where's he going to use this? If he chucks it here, this would be huge. Pick off both Migdols potentially would be really, really nice, but really what he's wanting to use with this siege workshop is the catapult here. We do see rain get cast, which is actually a bonus for Three-Eyed Odin, but it does stop the tornado from coming down as well. So let's see if that comes any much of an issue there. We're now seeing watchtowers throwing up, and we are seeing those upgrades coming through heavy for Matreiuss. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage with those guys. So many Toxotos right now. Where is Shenanigans? Shenanigans is moving over to this side, wants to be on the side with the two units, where the two people of UCA are, so that he can help out Three-Eyed Odin. But really, where the attention is, it should be here. Grabbing this town center is pretty much all that matters right now for the Nilla players. If you can grab this town center, you get the population and you can move forward. And you can do okay here. Matreiuss is actually a little bit ahead of GrandMonster as well, so he definitely needs the help. We are seeing siege workshops, more siege workshops getting chucked up now. These watchtowers do absolute work to Toxoto as well, because they do so much damage. We're seeing the heavy Toxotos come through for Matreiuss though, so that's going to become more and more of an issue there. Heliopoli moving in as well, going to be attempting to pick off some of this. We do see the Bellerophon going to jump straight onto that Pharaoh, and he's almost picked off there, but running away is going to be totally fine. We do see I Kill You Die casting his own rain as well, so no tornado coming out just yet, and the push is underway. Three-Eyed Odin has a very low amount of gold in the bank, and he's spamming mercenary. He does have 151 population though, but he's for some reason missing those production cycles. Definitely need to continue producing those units. And there we go, chariot archers coming back in right now, and we do see that the town center looks like it's trying to go up, but with those heavy Toxotos, it's going to be a little bit too much. GrandMonster needs to kill off these cabinets, man. That is not good at all. If potentially if I'm Three-Eyed Odin, I'm using my tornado over on this location to take out these guys. But we do see that that GrandMonster's getting pushed back here. Definitely, oh my god, there's cabinets everywhere. This is not what you want to see. There's war barges as well. There's just too much population left on the water. This is what happens when you win water. You need to delete the ships. Doesn't matter if your opponents come back on, because by that stage, when you get harassed, it's kind of good. You want to lose those fishing ships so you can transition into villages, because they gather a little bit faster. So you want to have that. And you don't need to control this too much. So this is actually why the Nilla team's falling behind. They've got so much population wasted in water. But regardless, it still looks like Three-Eyed Odin is still trying to move in here. We do see, oh, that's a nice tornado. They're going to be picking off a bunch of those units, but not picking off the buildings. So that does allow him to be moving in. We're seeing some of those medium spears coming through. Medium spears with Horus upgrades are absolutely huge in Egyptian wars, because, I mean, they get picked off very fast by chariot archers, but they're so cheap and they build so fast that they can sometimes be the difference. If we jump around, we do see still like Three-Eyed Odin's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those or what do we call population. So that's like forte population in idle military there. We do see that ancestors and what do we call it? Ancestors and Meteor does get cast here, so this is going to be pushing Matreiuss back at the moment. Town Center is probably going to go up, but no Pharaoh or Priest here, so potentially these Heliopoli could just sneak around. We do see Shenanigans chopping up this siege workshop, and he's moving in over this side as well, trying to chuck up as much as he possibly can. I feel like Shenanigans needs to start commanding this game a little bit better. Needs to start chucking up watchtowers over this location and pushing forward as best as he possibly can. We do see the Town Center is up for GrandMonster at this point. He's got a lot of gold in the bank, so he can start trading that if he so chooses for something else, and he can go to his own Mythic Age as well. There's still Bolt on the table, so that does kind of limit his Osiris ability there, but Horus would probably be a good idea, because he can move in and use that on this location here or on this location here. We do see Son of Osiris is coming through for I Kill You Die, so he's going to be able to move in right now and attempt to pick off what a Three-Eyed Odin can do right here. And it's actually Son of Osiris is actually one of the strongest units here, especially with only a couple of chariot archers. We do see the instant target there from Three-Eyed Odin. He knows if he just does a little bit of damage, keeps chipping chipping away at the Son of Osiris. That's how you pick him off, and it's a slow process. With Shenanigans moving in now, he's got those champion cavalry. I'd much prefer to see him get a closer Migdol stronghold and produce those war elephants. Get those Thoth upgrades, Valley of the Kings, and the Tusk of whatever it's called. Wet? No, that's not right. I can't remember what it's called. Needs to get those upgrades, and those units are huge. They do so much damage. And we're seeing GrandMonster gets pushed a little bit back here. He's only got those Chariot Archers against Champion Toxotos. There's little to no upgrades for those Chariot Archers either. So this is huge. We do see a Shifting Sands gets cast on something there. And, he moved some of these War Elephants back. He was trying to catch the Son of Osiris, but did not manage to do it, unfortunately. That's actually how funny. Definitely should try that again though. If I'm GrandMonster and I've got that Shifting Sands, I want to help out my buddy ThreeEyedOdin, who's like pulling way ahead in this game, moving forward, trying to pick off these locations as best as he possibly can. But the big story right here is matreiuss. He's going to be moving forward. Needs to pick off these locations as well. And basically GrandMonster. Oh, there's some ships out right now, and we do see that finally the boats have been killed. But I feel like they deleted the boats, and then the UCA clan's coming back on the water there. So we're seeing matreiuss move in at this point, try and pick off these locations here. We're seeing Bellerophon doing absolute, such a strong unit, jumping around, doing all the damage he possibly can. Heliopolis doing so much as well. GrandMonster's got so much gold in the bank. You just need to buy 500 food, get to the heroic age, and you're going to be totally fine. Mythic age, and you're going to be totally fine. But we're going to see matreiuss with those Oxy Juggernauts with full upgraded armory there. He's got iron upgrades, and he's got burning pitch. So these units do so much damage. So basically now GrandMonster needs to get out hammer ships as well. And we're seeing that UCA is pushing back with mercenary. This is huge at the moment. And also, Town Center falls for ThreeEyedOdin. I believe these Oxy war barges were doing so much damage, and we do see that HerroOP and I Kill You Die have got so many heavy ramming galleys out right now. Definitely need to get some of these priests to be empowering this settlement, because it goes up faster if you do that. But this is going to be difficult for ThreeEyedOdin to hold on to. He's losing his docks as well. What's he doing? If we jump over to his perspective, is he producing anything out of these docks? No production just yet. He is grabbing reinforced ram, which is what he needs. Town Center's back up, and he's sitting at 126 population. So get these catapults over here. Try and pick off these ramming galleys with the catapults if you possibly can, because if you get one hit with these catapults onto these units, they basically do die. And we're seeing some of those watchtowers get chucked up. And gold colossi is up as well. This is why you need to be through Osiris, so you can pick off this gold colossi. It's so strong. There's a mercenary though to be dealing with this, and GrandMonster is going to be holding on to this town center for the time being. matreiuss is chucking up docks super close to his opponent right now, but Shenanigans has got the catapults out, should be able to pick off these guys eventually. Needs to chuck up some of these watchtowers, guard towers even, on the location of the water so he can deal with this. We're seeing some of these fishing ships get picked off. Have villages being stopped at the moment for GrandMonster? GrandMonster has stopped villages. He's still producing those camel caravans, but he does need to start transitioning into farms on villages, get more of those villages out, and sacrifice these fishing ships at this point. I feel like they're just a little bit too much of a problem at this point. We are seeing more of these Oxy war barges coming out, but heavy ramming galleys as well as catapults are probably going to be enough here. Where's that? Well, we are seeing Son of Osiris doing a little bit of damage to these catapults. He does, even though he does what seems to be pierce damage because it's range, it's actually hack damage, kind of similar to the throwing axeman there. We are seeing these Oxy war barges picking off the watchtowers of ThreeEyedOdin as well, but we are seeing Shenanigans sending in the Leviathan, super strong units right there. And this is where the action starts getting too hectic for me. Water fights, land fights, it's all happening. And we are seeing GrandMonster trying to pick off those gold colossi. The colossi should move over onto this gold mine and try and keep himself alive. But unfortunately, he's going to get, he does get picked off before he gets to that gold mine. And we're seeing locusts get cast there, trying to pick off some of these villages. We're seeing mummies come through. Mummies going to try and pick off some of those mercenary cavalry and anything of worth there. These villages. matreiuss needs to get kind of back to work as soon as this locust is over. GrandMonster still hasn't used any of his god powers. That's the sad thing right now. And we haven't seen any rock play just yet. I'd love to see a rock. We see, oh, Tornado gets cast there. Needs to garrison these villages as soon as he possibly can. Tornado's probably not going to be able to kill off this fortified town center. There's a mud brick and architects as well, but it's doing damage. It's doing pretty good damage, but I feel like it's going to be totally fine. Definitely need to garrison these guys into the tower there, but it looks like the Tornado's deciding not to do any damage, which is fine. It does bug out a little bit towards the end, and we do see that Osiris has come through, and you can't exactly cast that because I think Bolt still exists. I'm not 100% sure, which I don't want to break it. Yeah, Bolt still is a thing there. So that's going to do a significant amount of damage to the Son of Osiris, essentially kill it. Then we do see that Son of Osiris has got cast. Unfortunately, I think leaving that guy in the back of your base and just empowering your market is the way to go. Don't send him forward. You do get an extra bonus of damage there, not damage, empowerment with the Son of Osiris. So it is worth it to keep him alive instead of dead on your market, because you just get that much more gold and you can just spam mercenary for days. What's going to happen here though? Where's the victory condition? Are we going to see a wonder or something like that? That may be an option here. But I feel like Nilla players, they probably could have shut this game down earlier if they just pushed on one side and let ThreeEyedOdin just survive on the top for as long as possible. We are seeing a priest move in, try and pick off that mummy, which he does succeed with. But there's so many units up here. So this is kind of all about can ThreeEyedOdin survive up on this location, and they need to get these watchtowers going so that they can deal with the mercenary. Basically, the counter to merc spam is watchtowers, because watchtowers, they cost 200 gold, but they don't die. They don't die to time. So that's kind of the war of attrition you fight for. The alternative would be to just get a rock and fly across the ocean, try and get into this trade route and try and do that damage there. Use shifting sands even to get into that trade route would be awesome as well. We're seeing again Oxy war barges moving in right now, and the guard towers. Ooh, this is brutal. Guard towers, walls going up. This is how you play the late game. This is matreiuss at his best right now. I'm going to be attempting to move in here. It's really difficult to pick off these Oxy juggernauts when you have a couple of trireme out as well as guard towers defending against them. We do see that Gold Colossus is trying to pick this location off, but there is architects and there is there's architects and there's, what do you call it? Architect's mud brick as well. So this is taking so much damage. Still no bolt getting cast on this Son of Osiris. That should happen fairly soon, unless he casts a rain, which could be a useful use of his resources there. But maybe matreiuss isn't aware that he has Bolt. There we go. Bolt does get cast there, picking off the Son of Osiris. That's pretty funny. In Voodoo Balance Patch 3.0, you can't actually bolt and kill the Son of Osiris, but this is Nilla mod. We're seeing mummies come in now. That's going to be able to pick off the Gold Colossus, and now he just needs to keep this mummy alive, leave him here, and then any sort of Gold Colossus that comes in should be totally fine. Does need to get a priest or something in here to empower this town center. If you empower a town center that's getting picked off, then it essentially will get doubled repair rate or more or something like that. I'm not sure. It's really hard to kill off a building that's getting empowered. The real counter to this right now would be getting this catapult to be sieging down the siege ships there. And we're seeing, a nice little drop here by HerroOP. This is huge. Getting transport ship coming in right now onto the location here. HerroOP uses Locust on something. Using Locust on that town center, going to be able to take that town center down, and matreiuss is going to be able to continue pushing down all of these watchtowers over here. This fight has been at a standstill this entire game, and what's going to happen over here, we do see that Shenanigans is reacting with the mercenary, so this drop was a little bit too close, but as soon as these guard towers get up, this is going to be difficult. We do see spearmen pumping as well as Migdol Stronghold chariot archers. HerroOP probably getting some gold received there. GrandMonster is, so that's going to be somewhat useful for mercenary or something. But with all of these Heliopoli moving in, all the Migdol Stronghold is going to be falling. This game is looking very grim for the Nilla players. It looks like ThreeEyedOdin has fallen behind as well, losing so many units to the double of UCA, not being able to hold on too much, and the units of ThreeEyedOdin not able to do all too much, especially because there's not really any town centers that are close to the shore. So that's fairly unfortunate there. Or you can pick off this town center from HerroOP, which should have been something that that ThreeEyedOdin has recognized. And at this point, HerroOP has managed to infiltrate the main base and the trade route of the Nilla players here. So all of these units are going to be able to fall, and this is probably going to be too difficult to come back from, especially if you lose all of these guys. We are seeing the champion spearmen moving in, trying to pick off some of these camel caravans as well. And it looks like town center going up for matreiuss, and everything is falling right now. Shenanigans decides to tap out, and the rest of these Nilla players will tap out after GrandMonster ThreeEyedOdin and do resign. Super well played there by the UCA clan. I actually thought the Nilla players had this game. They were playing super well. And unfortunately, I feel like they made some poor decisions with pushing through. Not securing this town center was number one. And number two was like fighting this area here for way too long. They probably could have thought about doing exactly what UCA did and target this town center with siege ships, considering they won the water. If they targeted this area with siege ships, then that would have forced early Navy out from UCA again, and then they could just continue to hold that location. Instead of trying to fight here, which they couldn't push through, which is the unfortunate thing there. But matreiuss, really probably the MVP for UCA there, managed to like hold the 2v1 and push back as well with watchtowers and really significantly better late game play there. Anyways, if you enjoy this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name's Boit, and I'll see you guys next time.